Yes, indeed. You're joining us for the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on WWNN 1470 AM and 95.3 and 96.9. And we're answering your questions at 888-565-1470. And we're going to go back to our phone lines, and then we're going to pop over to our friends in Facebook land and our wonderful friends who are on our YouTube page. But before we do that, I've got to go to the phone lines, and I've got Caden, and Caden is in Kissimmee. Caden, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Caden, and this is really a good time for you to work on stepping into earning more money, advancing yourself, and kind of putting yourself in motion for your work and career. Are you looking into what you're going to do for this career that you want to have next?
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to call because I've had this. I'm sorry, I don't even know where to start.
Well,
um,
let's start at the beginning. So you're at the precipice of making some changes. You want these changes to be most effective to keep you on your path. You're kind of someone who's kind of intense and unique, and you have your own vision. You have a vision of what you really want to accomplish that's near and dear to your heart, but I don't know that you're feeling that it's falling into place, and it's getting a little frustrating. Does that make sense?
that's exactly how I feel.
Okay.
I think
Are you here,
I
Caden?
was.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go right ahead. What's your question?
Um, yeah, that what you just said makes sense, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. What do you see for? I have big dreams, and I feel like I want to be this great person, and I don't know where to start.
Well, how about starting with acknowledging you already are a great person and you have your own unique gifts? And, I see a lot of music around you too. Do you just absolutely love music, or is there a desire to do something
That's
with
my
music?
passion. That's
Yeah.
always been my passion.
You know what I heard in my head as I was kind of looking at the energy around you? I heard this: I got the music in me. I got the music in me. Like you've got this music, and this music is the beat and the rhythm of your soul. And how to articulate who you are comes through your musical expression and music energy. And that's what you need to decide: what arena, what area, what aspect of music can I see myself doing, being passionate, and will really articulate who I am. And please understand that the who you are now is not the who you will be, because you're going to grow, you're going to shift, you're going to change. But we have to start somewhere. So you want to go to school for something having to do with production, music, recording. What is it that you want to do?
Recording.
Okay. So, because I see you with the soundboards and everything right there. Okay. So that's what you're going to do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And there should be some really good schools not too far from you that specialize in that, yes?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the school part. I used to make music, but I would do it on my own. Never
Okay.
really looked into the school part.
Well, it's good to have some mentoring, some teaching to help you, because this way you're on the right path. You need someone to guide you. So sometimes we need a plan. We know we have a vision, we have a passion. Now we need a plan. How do we learn to be the best person that we can in recording? So, for instance, as I studied music myself, I had a vocal coach, right? And the vocal coach prepared me for college. And then I had all these teachers that prepared me for what was to come next. So, finding a mentor, someone to assist you. I also am told by my guides that you're very creative. Do you write as well, please? You're writing music?
I'm off and on with it. I'm
Okay.
very off and on. There be times in my life where that's all I want to do, and then there's times where I'll just stop for months.
Okay. Then so does every musician. So that's normal. But that's when you're in the flow and when you're not in your head. I would say that your inability to believe in yourself is probably the biggest drawback right now. That you need to
Yeah.
just be out there and just find a way to do it any way you can. Perform, record, put it together, allow it to flow, be with people who are of the same cool vibe that you are, and just go down in the depths of your soul, because you have a lot to bring up. And that purpose, that passion that is within you is going to come bubbling up. And when I look at the energy, this year is all about laying out the foundation of your career. That is what the year's about. Other things may pop up, may be interesting. People may come and go in your life, but this is about how can I get my career off the ground? How can I step into my passion? And that is the one thing that you need to think of every day when you wake up. Okay, I've got to do these things, but before you worry about doing those things, what's my goal today to put me on the purpose and passion of my destiny? And that's no matter what it is, if it's one phone call, if it's, making money to go get more recording time, whatever you've got to do, that's what you focus on. You just need a little plan. And then when I fast forward you, and I'm going to fast forward you into the 2024 time, this is where I see a lot of success. I see a lot of momentum. I see growth. I see your music is versatile. It's not just limited to one thing. And this is going to be very good for you. This is going to allow you to grow. You are on the right path, and following your passion, well, initially maybe it won't make you rich, but that's okay. You can do whatever you need to do for a period of time to develop the skill set necessary to make you be the best recording person ever.
Wow.
And I don't know you, and that's what Spirit said, right? So here we are. They're coming straight through. So this isn't me telling you what you want to hear. This isn't you pacifying yourself with like daydreams in the sky, like, oh, I'm dreaming big. No, this is called Spirit is saying, this is what you're born to do, dude. So do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say.
Well, just say you believe. And most of all, say you believe in you. That somewhere inside of you,
Mhm.
there's a magnificent jewel that's destined for greatness. And you don't need to convince anybody of that. You just need to be who you are and keeping on in the vision. And when it gets rough, which in performing and things it will, you just say, okay, that was just an off day. Tomorrow's another day. And you keep plugging around until you get to where you want to go. And when people don't believe in your dream, you don't tell them. It's between you and God, because God put in your soul the desire to be this great being, and it's between you two. And then whoever's listening to our radio show will be your cheerleaders.
Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome. You're welcome, Kaden. How did you hear about the show?
My mom and my like my aunts are huge fans. They're probably listening right now.
Well, then see, they're probably going, I told you so. You can do it. So everyone applaud Caden. He's on his way to greatness. And when you do your next recording and your demo, just send it my way. I want to hear this. All right, Caden, thank you
Definitely,
so
for
much for
sure.
following the show. God bless you. And Kissimmee's not too far from West Palm. Get in the car one day and head on down to West Palm Beach and,
Definitely, that's the
you know,
plan.
greet us in the center. We'd love to meet you. Bye for now.
All right, thank you.
You're
Goodbye.
welcome. Bye. 888-565-1470. I got my friends on Facebook. I got my friends in YouTube. They're like, Sarah, don't forget us. So we got Sarah Spiritual is not forgetting you. We're popping onto Facebook, popping onto YouTube. And first question, we've got a YouTuber and T. Phillips question. Feeling lost, feeling sad, feeling alone from a bombshell just shattered them. It was just revealed at the end of 2021. And what advice do they have to heal and move forward? Those catalysts for changes, those bombshells, those tower moments, they say in the Rider-Waite Tarot card deck. It's like, oh my God. But what you need to realize is that bombshell was a truth that was, well, a falsity, something you had a different idea of what was a story that ended up not being. You've got to let it go and realize that what you didn't see and didn't recognize doesn't mean that what you had isn't accurate. It just meant that there was another story that someone else was weaving around it, and you weren't party to that part of the story. And healing and having your vision and dreams shattered of this experience, well, this is going to take time. There's no fast track for that because you really thought you knew what you knew. And now you're like, darn, I don't know what I know. But in the journey, you learn to follow that guidance from your inner spirit and you'll learn how to move yourself forward. So, T. Phillips, thank you for your question. We wish you a speedy recovery from this emotional bombshell. This too shall pass, and look for things to feel a little better in the month of May. Going to feel a little rocky in the beginning of 2022, but it's all going to turn good for you. Bye for now. We're going to take another question from our friends from Facebook and YouTube. We've got Loretta Ann. Loretta Ann, she's in Canada, somewhere near Toronto, I think. I'm not sure. But Loretta, thank you so much. Good to have you. Greetings from Canada. Do I see big changes for you? I do. Actually, I see music really taking a new turn, a new feel, a new creative process. Your musical artistry is going to expand. I see more work, more recording for you too. I guess all the musicians are feeling a need to come out in 2022. Let's do it, everyone. And I also see here love, love, love. All you need is love. Well, my dear Loretta, I feel like there's a real good kinship partnership that comes to you in 2022 that really makes you know that everything you've passed through, all the bumps in the romantic world, well, they'll be worth it when you catch a hold of this next wonderful experience of love. Thank you, Loretta Ann. God bless you, and we send you love in chilly, chilly Canada. Bye for now. 888-565-1470. One more question from my friends on YouTube and Facebook before we go back to the phone lines. Melanie J. Long. She says, hey, in a newer relationship with someone, and he has some issues. She's feeling it's a little karmic, kind of like a weird connection. Just wondering Spirit's thoughts. Well, he is having issues because he's going through this very crazy metamorphosis at this time, and this is a year of him being broken down to be reborn. So he's having his own catalyst or shift or tower moment within his life, Melanie Long, and careful, 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 not for you to save them, most certainly not for you to fix it. So just let him express this through the tie between the two of you is very intense, very in tune and passionate and, well, intellectually attuned, but broken in the emotional arena is he. So let him work through this. I don't see it as a relationship that can stand the test of time. It will always be a bit of a roller coaster, especially over the next 3 years. But Melanie Long, you're together for a reason. Explore it, empower him, enjoy and live in the moment, and let's see how long this can last, and maybe things will shift for him a little sooner than predicted. Bye for now, Melanie Long, on our Facebook page. And we're going back to our phone lines. If you'd like to join us on Facebook, on YouTube, go to Sarah Spiritual. You can even follow me on my Instagram page. And if you don't know about my work, the products that I make, or the personal location I have in West Palm Beach, a beautiful, magnificent 2,100 square foot center filled with crystals and jewelry and books and oils and mists and tarot cards and oracles. And every time I try to list everything we've got, I just almost draw a blank because it's so much stuff. We've got herbs. We've got a wonderful vibe and beautiful artwork. I sure hope you visit me at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. And if you'd like to have a idea of what 2022's got in store for you, a little more than what we've got going on here on the radio, then why not sign up for your 2022 New Year's forecast? You can learn more about that at sarahspiritual.com. And listen, if you're local, is it worth the drive? And if you're a little far away, come to the Expedito Enlightenment Center, see our crystals, see our wonderful products that we have, maybe book a personal session, and hang with my really awesome staff. We've got it covered, everyone. If you're on a spiritual journey, we're the place to meet. Well, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we've got calls all across the nation at 888-565-1470. You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. That's me, Sarah Spiritual. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to speak with all of you right here on WWNN, and we're welcoming your phone calls. Pop on Facebook, pop on YouTube. And, you know, I was thinking about it as we were in commercial break. This year is going to be our 16th year of the Expedito Enlightenment Center, and as we approach May of 2022, we're coming into our 13th year on national radio. And this show is our 619th live radio show. So that's a lot of radio minutes and hours talking to all of you. That's a heck of a lot of questions. And I got to tell you that I'm just so proud of all of you. You have just grown so tremendously in the way you've learned to ask questions, to get the answers that are for your highest good and guidance. Those of you who started in one place in your life and bam, so one day, let's go back to Caden for a minute. So his family's still listening. They'll be like, yay, we're talking about Caden. Caden and Kissimmee, young, stepping out into his passion and his purpose and his music. And one day, a year or two or three from now, we'll be like, look how far you've come, Caden. So all of you have been listening, all of my friends on Facebook and YouTube, just pat yourself on the back. Look how far you've come by recognizing your spirituality, embracing that, and being on the journey of awareness and compassion and kindness and love, and truly being open to what the universe is presenting for you, what your guides, your angels, and our beloved loved ones that are they're just right there for all of us. And, I know a lot of people, we lost a lot of people not too long ago, and publicly and national celebrities and things, Bob Saget, Betty White, Sidney Poitier. So it just feels like there's this great era of greatness that's just coming to a close. And I know many of you have lost loved ones. My phones are ringing and my messages are in all types of ways people reach me. It's just blowing up. And, our condolences. We're with you all. It is a time of great change. And unfortunately, many people are, for whatever reason, choosing to leave the planet. And, they'll always be with us in our hearts. And that's what we have to hold on to. We're going to go back to our phone lines at 888-565-1470. I've got Dawn, and Dawn is in Seminole. Dawn, how are you tonight?
I'm fine. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great, Dawn. And tell me, where's Seminole?
West Central Florida.
West. So how did you hear about the show?
I have never heard of the show before, and I logged on to my phone to try to listen to news, and your show came on.
The nerve of
me. It was
like
amazing.
Thank you.
It
But
was
the
like
nerve of me,
it
I
was supposed to
interrupted.
happen.
I'm sure, and the nerve of me to interrupt the news, right? I mean, far be it from me. But I think our conversation is a lot more fun than the news. But Dawn, we welcome
the conversations I've heard so far have been more important than the news. So I'm so glad I'm here.
Well, we welcome you, and we're so glad to be connecting to you. And let's see what we've got coming up for you. So when I first look at the energy, we're going to answer your question, but when I first look at the energy, very interesting. So you've been on this metamorphosis of shifts and change within yourself, and you've done some deep soul searching. When I look at the energy around you, I'm really made aware of this powerful time for you to kind of change routine and be in a more creative, different kind of space for yourself, because this is going to lead you to advance in a way that as the latter half of 2022 comes, I see you networking, building new kind of community, tribe, networking for advancement financially. So there's a lot of growth that comes through connection. Of course, find time for us to talk about that when everyone's afraid to be near each other. But it is a time of connection for you. And the connection first starts by stepping out of the comfort zone that you've kind of straddled just to keep things going, because I feel like you've been responsible for a lot. Does that make sense to you, Dawn?
It does.
Okay. What is your question for me?
It's not so much a question
Yes.
as it is maybe for advice about clarity, because I've had so much upheaval in the past several months, and I don't know where to go next.
Well, sometimes things appear to be one way and they take this turn that's just so unpredictable, yes? And I have to go back. I actually need to go back, if I may, to a time of 2017. Was this a time of some change for you and maybe a move or something, 2017?
I may have changed jobs.
Okay. So this set
That
the
year.
path of some changes for you. And I feel as if you feel, the word they're giving me is lost, abandoned, disconnected, not
Yes.
validated, not seen, and you got blindsided. It's like you're cruising down the highway, and then here comes this trucker and just hits you. And your whole life is spun into a completely different direction that you thought it would be at this juncture of your life. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Clarity will come
Yes,
from
it
the
does.
stillness of being in the energy of, I'm okay, I'm enough, I'm being guided by the divine, and other people's experiences and what they choose to do are not a reflection of my value. And things that are happening around me that disrupt me do not define my future. They talk to me too about loss. So they're telling me you feel a sense of loss as well. Is that also true?
Yeah, I lost a loved one.
Yes. And this mourning here that I see, this loss, is very heavy around you. And this person left unexpectedly, yes?
Well, I mean, I knew they were going to pass, but you're never prepared for
You're
it.
never prepared for it. You're never prepared.
Yeah.
Hold on here. And this is
And the loss
recent,
is
yes?
profound.
Yes. Go ahead. What were you
This person was my best friend, and the loss is so profound.
It is.
And I just, I don't know how to move on from here.
Peace will come through this. I'm seeing if I can connect with them. The passing is recent, so I'm going to see if I can get some connection from that energy here. And I do know I am made aware of a man that's connected to you who passed. This man has been there for a while, though. Who is this person, please?
That would probably be best friend, my best friend.
You were friends for a long time? Because they're saying something about for a while. There's a man who's
for 10 years we lived together.
Okay. Hold on here. Been there. But he was like your partner in crime, your ride or die. Like we did everything together, yes?
Yes, we did.
Okay. And when I look back to September, October, November, there was a turn for the worse and you had to care for him, yes, please?
Yeah, I've been caring for him. And he passed in September.
Hold on. Okay.
And I know they always say, you know, when a loved one passes, that they'll come to you in a dream. So I try to sleep a lot so I can see him.
But that gets stronger over time. So again, things that are happening around you are not a reflection of what you're missing or what's not happening. It's just it's not ready. It's not time yet. It was a very laborious 2 years prior to his passing, yes? It was
Yes.
difficult 2 years. So he is freeing himself and ridding himself of the pain and the deterioration, that energy. When I also look at, what does the April have to do with you or your family, please? What does that have to do with you, please?
April. This past April?
The number 4 or the month of April? This is what I'm being given.
I had a child in April, not this past April, but 30
Yes,
years
30,
ago.
okay. Because, and what is your child's name? Because there is a woman on the other side as well who's connected to you. So what is your child's name?
Aaron.
Okay.
He's a boy.
Yes.
He's
But there's a
gonna be
woman
31.
there's a woman who passed connected to you on the mother's side of the family. Makes me feel as if she's in the grandmother role. Or she's like a
It
mother.
could be my mom.
Yes, she's like a mother, but she seems older than your mom. I'm not sure how old mom was when she passed, but this is the woman who makes me aware of someone born in the month of 4 or the number 4. So this is your mother, you say, yes? Okay.
It would have to be because,
Okay.
that's the only grandma connected to me.
Okay. She's there with you. He will come to you in a dream. He's getting stronger.
I miss him so much. I talk to him all the time.
And he knows that too.
I'm surrounded by all his
His things. And he had a lot of things.
He
He had a lot
had
of
so
stuff.
many things.
He
I'm
collected
paying
all
for
different
storage.
things. Yes.
I'm storing his things because I can't go through them
Right now. Yeah.
fast enough.
And some of them were more collector things as well, please.
Yeah, he had books.
And records.
So
I
many
see records, right? He's got a lot.
He had a music collection, mostly CDs, not
Okay.
records so much, but he was a
music
great
buff, yeah.
learner. He always wanted to learn, so he had DVDs, great courses, things he learned up until the very end.
And the interesting thing is, too, I think there's some coins there as well. Did he collect coins? Because I see coins.
Yeah.
Yes. I see his coin collection.
I'm looking at a big box of coins
yeah.
sitting on the floor.
Sitting on the floor. Yeah, it's right there. He's with you, honey, and he will make a stronger connection as time goes on. And you and I will be able to build a stronger connection with him as well, be it in a personal session one day or again connecting this way. I do personal sessions. The more time he spends there adapting to the energy, the easier it is for me to get more specificity. He's kind of showing me, like it's almost like a game of charades. He's just showing me bits and pieces, whatever his energy can project to me to grasp and present to you. But it's like he's been with you for a long time, and the two of you knew you were together for a long time in this life, but you were together for a long time in another life. So you will meet again. And I think he let you know that he thought you guys would meet again, that you'd see each other again. He believed in things that had more meaning than the average person. Yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's with you. And he really only had eyes for you. There's a song that I know he had such a wide taste in music, but there's a song, 'Cause I only have eyes for you, dear. And that's kind of like the vibe that he gives, that he'll always be connected to you, and you'll always see him looking back at you in the reflection of your eyes. Because he had really intense eyes, yes?
He had beautiful blue eyes.
Very intense. Very intense.
Yes.
Well, darling, thank you so much
would
for
love-
calling. And I greatly appreciate your feeling the prompting. Sorry I interrupted the news, but we're glad you are a part of us here. What station were you listening to when you were about to listen to the news on your phone? Or
I was logging in to listen to 10:10 a.m.
And here we are, connecting.
news station. Yeah, and I went out and turned the radio on in a different room. Completely different broadcast. Like some of the commercials were the same, but it was not your show. So I feel like maybe that was best friend
Making sure that you were
making sure that
connected.
I spoke with you, because I've been missing him so much and longing for a connection.
Well, he's with you, and he will continue to connect to you through me or through you. We will definitely bridge the gap and do our best so that you find the comfort that you need. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Dawn,
so much.
for listening to the show, and welcome to our family. We are here on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. to 7 on your 10:10 a.m. on WHFS. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry about me crying through the whole thing.
We're used to
You've
that.
given me comfort.
Oh, my pleasure. We seem to manage to make people cry, so it's okay. We're all used to that here on the show. We've been doing this for a long time, and we're glad we bring you comfort. God bless you, Dawn. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Interesting. So, I guess she must have been catching the show as we were closing out our first hour on WHFS, and we were kind of moving into our WWNN, and she kind of caught the show, and here we are. So universe does bring us all together at the perfect time, in the perfect way, because we are all always connected at 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. Deep breaths, everyone, because when we come back, we're going right back to the calls at 888-565-1470. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Did you call me with your soul because you know me? Well, apparently Dawn in Seminole, her soul called her to turn on the radio at just that moment so that she could make a connection and we could make a connection with her friend, this gentleman on the other side. So we're so grateful that we're able to do that. And we are always in great gratitude to the universe for opening up that portal of energy. And we're going to go back to the phone lines. I've got to go to Gavin. Gavin's been hanging on there for a while. Gavin is in Fort Lauderdale. Gavin, how are you tonight? Gavin? Do we have Gavin there? Hi, Gavin. For some reason I'm not. Yes, Gavin, there you are.
Yeah, okay. Yes,
there we go.
sorry.
That's quite all right. I guess you had me on mute there for a minute. Or yourself on mute, I should say. So, Gavin, welcome to the show. Have you called into the show before?
I have once before, a long time ago.
Long time. Well, welcome back. Good to have you back. Thanks for continuing
Thank
to
you.
follow the show. What's your burning question for us here tonight in this very early part of 2022?
It's actually about my love or relationship situation.
Yes.
I very much love this one person, but she's always hot and cold, sometimes very affectionate, sometimes pulling away. Just doesn't want to commit, and for reasons unknown. And like recently, she's become even colder, and I feel like it's slipping away. Or I don't even know what's going on.
What is her birthday, Gavin? Oh dear, Gavin, are you still there? What is her birthday?
Hello, are you here?
Yes. What is her
sorry.
birthday?
Yes. Her birthday is 16th of September.
Okay. So here is someone who is going through a lot of major changes. And when I look back into her 2020 and 2021, I feel like that was a rough time for her. And I don't know who she was with in this 2019, 2020 time frame. I don't feel that that was you at the time, correct?
2019 wasn't me. I was only around in the later end of 2020 and the whole of
Okay.
2021.
Okay. Whatever she went through in 2019, she really has difficulty trusting and letting her guard down and having people kind of come into her space, and she's really afraid. You know, you're a nice guy. You know you're a nice guy, but she's not convinced of that. And sometimes when you try too hard, it actually pushes her away more. I don't know if you've noticed that because
Yeah, that's
she's
very much happening.
yeah. So she's like, because she views it as pressure, and you're
Okay.
just trying to show her, listen, I'm here for you. I'm showing up. Look what I'm doing. And she's feeling pressure right now. And there's so much pressure from so many other areas of her life. And I don't know what's going on with her family or her parents, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure from them as well. Something she's supposed to do or accomplish. And so between what she went through in this 2019 into 2020 before you met her, coupled with some family pressure, I think you need to take a step back. Take a step back. If it's meant to slip away, there's nothing you can do. If you chase it, it's going to run away. So you might as well take a little step back and give her space and let her decide what she needs to do for herself. Because you can't
Yeah.
convince her or force her to be ready for something that she's just not ready for yet. But if you give her the
There is that.
space, she can come to terms with what she wants. And she does care for you. There is great connection there. It's just that she doesn't know if she's really going to be able to trust that it will always be that way. And so she pulls
So is
back.
there anything I can do to sort of help the situation? And also, I'd like to add,
Yes.
I have a sneaking suspicions that there may be somebody else in the picture in the background. I can't confirm this, but, it's just doubts upon doubts in my head.
Well, sometimes we have doubts because we're not getting the reaction that we want. But right now, she's in a kind of feeling scared mode. And even
Okay.
if someone else is talking to her or trying to convince her, all it's doing is creating more of a circle. And, neither one comes out the winner at this time. And so this connection, though, is something that is meaningful to both of you. So giving her
Yeah.
space will be important. And if someone else is talking to her, she needs to figure that out for herself. There's nothing you can do about that. And if you ask
Um,
her, she would be tremendously offended. So be it true or
okay.
not. And I'm not seeing anybody actively there as a partner other than you. So Gavin, I
Okay.
would just try to keep it together, man. Keep it together
Yeah.
and give her some
Can I ask,
space. Yes, go ahead.
can I also ask one small thing? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Because of my career, I think I'll have to move away, and it's going to be a challenge to keep this. I mean, I'm fully committed to doing this, but I'm
Yes.
not sure if she is, and I don't know how to navigate that whole terrain of keeping this alive from long distance, at least until I can make my way back here.
And you might make this move by April, May of this year?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's kind
Exactly
of
then.
that's exactly where I see. So can we cross that bridge when we get there? Don't keep it
Okay.
hammering home like worrying about that. Let's get through this rough patch of her being ice queen and just let
Yeah.
it pass through and see where you stand. Because if she's not ready to show up for a relationship, then you need to know that before you leave, because that will at least give you closure that you need to move forward so that you're
Okay.
not
And then,
wondering what's she doing or what's going on. And then suddenly she's ghosting you and not returning your calls, and you're miles and miles away going crazy at a new position that you need to focus on, man. You got to get that done.
so there's nothing I can do to sort of help this along right now?
Just ask God for the highest good. I mean, listen, we can pray, we can do so many things, but right now she's in such a weird spot that she's going to her through her paces of learning who she is and kind of going through her own difficult time. And there's nothing you can do to sweeten that pot. There's nothing you can do to expedite the connection between the two of you. It's a process, and it's unfortunately a bit of a waiting game, which is what has you one step away from cuckoo.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know.
And do you see anything positive in the future for us? Like, is this it's like a trying period, but it comes back together at some point, something like that?
Cannot say that at this moment because she has not made her free will. You're committed, but you're committed to the vision of what could be, and she's not considering it a definite possibility at this time. So that's where free will is at play. That's God's wonderful gift to us. And it gives us opportunity to choose, but sometimes somebody doesn't get the choice that they want made because it's associated with someone else's choosing. You know, a lot of people want to be with other people, and they, for some reason, they just don't make that choice. And, you know, it hurts people, but people have their free will as to who they choose to be with or who they choose to stay with.
Oh, all right.
I know you want a guarantee, but at this point, I don't see it hopeless. So be in the energy of thinking positively. Don't push, give her space. And hopefully next time you call, she's moving to wherever you're moving to. So we can think big.
Oh, well, okay.
Hey, listen, go broke or go home, right? So let's go big or go home. So let's do it. Think big.
Yeah,
All right.
the fear of it falling apart is just, I don't know, it just keeps me up every day, all day.
Well, that fear is going to send a wobble of energy out to her, and she could be feeling that fear and interpreting it as something else, and that's why she's not trusting the experience. You need to get it together and just stand certain that God put the two of you together for a reason. The reason the two of you are together will be revealed, and that you're grateful for every moment, and every moment you spend fearful of a moment, you rob yourself of the joy of that moment.
You're right.
So if you're moving and this is the time you have, whatever days she gives you, then I need you to enjoy those moments and show up as your best possible self for yourself first and then for her.
Oh, about that, can I ask one small part? Sorry.
Yes.
She's kind of she was really affectionate for the longest time. It was really nice. But just for the last 2 weeks, she just pulled away and been absolute ice. No
I know.
contact.
I told you she was Ice Queen right now. I get it.
Yeah.
I get
And
it.
she said she needed to be alone, so I've been respecting her choice and just leaving her alone. But it's agony every day, just waiting.
Okay, but that's because you're expecting another shoe to drop and make something bad happen. So just give her space. From the very beginning, not even knowing she asked to be alone, I said give her space. So that's your confirmation that that's where she's at right now, and you have to respect it. There's nothing you can do to change that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Bye for now. We look forward to talking to you again. Bye.
Likewise. Right.
888-565-1470. Love. Such a crazy thing. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, and sometimes it just needs a little break. Well, we're going to go to Fort Pierce. We've got Lisa who's hanging on the line. Lisa, how are you tonight?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing well. And how are you doing?
Well, I'm not too good. My husband, who is a client of yours,
Yes.
he came to see you down
Yes.
in
I remember.
where the center
Yes.
is.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the hospital,
Yes.
and he's doing very poorly. And I've lost all ability to communicate with him. I was just wondering if there's any way to communicate with him for anything he wants me to do, anything with his granddaughter he wants me to do, anything he wants me to do.
Are you?
I'll do it.
Okay. Could you just breathe?
He's really in bad shape.
I understand, but I need you to just let me, because before they cut us off for the end of the show, at least because we just have just a couple of minutes, so I want to make sure I say everything that you need to hear. So he is unable to speak at this time. He is on
Yes.
Some type of life support or a breath machine, yes?
No, he's at end stage.
Okay. You did everything that you could do, and you were there with him throughout it all. And the energy that I see here for him is that he does send you much love and much appreciation. And you just need to make sure his granddaughter has everything she needs that he wanted her to have. Whatever you can make happen.
Okay.
Don't let anyone take anything that he meant for her to have.
Okay.
Out of everybody, and no disrespect to anyone else in his family, I know there's many, but out of everyone in his family, she was his favorite, is his favorite. So whatever you think will make her happiest in a very difficult time for all of you.
Yes.
And We know that he was suffering with this, and we know that this is something that he didn't really want to deal with. So
Yes.
he kind of ran from it and didn't follow through with some of the things that maybe he could have done, which may or not have changed anything. So, like Frank Sinatra, he's doing it his way. I did it my way. And so
Yeah.
he didn't want to go through a lot of fuss and treatments and things. And part of this story he kept hidden to himself for a very long time.
Yes.
And you may have known bits and pieces of it, but I will tell you the last thing he ever, his name is Ken, ever wanted you to do was worry. He never wanted his granddaughter to worry. He never wanted anyone to worry. He just wanted to let it pass as it needed to be. And he just wanted to show up for all of you the best that he could. And I would say he did a great job.
Okay.
Well, Lisa, we're getting ready to close. I'm sorry that he's in such a difficult spot, but I know the angels will be there with him. We pray that he doesn't suffer, and we send you much love and comfort to you, your family, and everyone involved. Thank you so
All
much,
right. Thank
Lisa.
you.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Well, everyone, there's a light, and it shines down on us, and it gives us all the strength and the courage we need to handle anything that comes our way. So as we navigate the beginning of 2022, no matter what it sends your way, know that you're never alone. Your angels are with you, your loved ones are with you, and that you're always supported. We thank you for following the show, Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We'll be back next Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.